I'm here with Karl Tlais, who advises various organizations and who's in charge of strategy development for rainmaking. And Karl, I just wanted to have a conversation with you about the future of Fintech. And I want to start with comparing Fintech to rugby, because you're a rugby player. What's the comparison? What's the link between rugby and Fintech?
Well, it's a really good analogy. First and foremost, rugby is all about collaboration and teamwork.
Yes.
And working together with your team.
Yes.
And that team is essentially an ecosystem, if you think about it. So whether you're a winger or a forward, you've got to work together to progress the football forward.
Yes.
And Fintech is very similar in the approach. You've got to work as part of an ecosystem, public sector, private sector, and the startups together.
And with banking, so you're not competing with banks, but rather collaborating with banks.
Absolutely, it's a full collaboration for success of the market and for the consumers to get those relevant experiences.
And where do you see the future of Fintech?
I think the future is bright, first and foremost.
Excellent.
We're already at that, I guess, that tipping point now where the market is expecting it, the consumers want it, and I think the banks need to provide it or work closely and collaborate closely to make that happen in the market.
And what do you do exactly at Rainmaking to make the ecosystem better?
We bridge the divide between startups and the corporate sector. We obviously try and encourage proof of concept, minimum viable product development work between startups and the corporate sector. We obviously have various pillars. One of those is Startupbootcamp. So we run accelerators around the world. A couple of those are in this region. Fintech accelerators, but also other types of accelerators. And we obviously want to make sure that those scale-ups and startups are very successful long-term. So we have a very strong success rate with that. Over 70% of our startups that we engage with and we have going through our programs essentially are still alive and working.
Excellent. Excellent. And how important is Saudi for you?
Very important market, obviously for the region and the success of Saudi. So it's a strategic market. It's also a growing market. I was here 12 months ago, or almost 18 months ago now, when Fintech Saudi launched, and I co-launched that on behalf of Visa at the time. And so it's great to see the vibrant nature of the market. Entrepreneurism here is certainly growing at a tremendous rate.
Yes.
And so for us, we want to make sure that those entrepreneurs are successful in the market.
And any final message to Fintechs? What advice do you have for them?
Stay strong, be patient. A bit hard to do that all the time.
Yes.
And don't give up. I think the reality is your success is built on your energy. And that energy is really what drives the market forward. So hang in there and keep going.
And your advice to banks?
Open up, embrace it, embrace change. And change is happening anyway around the world. Embrace it as it approaches here, but also you are a trusted entity. So through that trusted angle that you have in the market, you're in the best place to make digital transformation happen in the finance sector.
Excellent. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Lubna.